Now that you know what this course will give you, let's just make sure that you got everything you need for this course. Here are the requirements. You need JavaScript and React knowledge. There is no way around this. We're going to use JavaScript, we're going to use React, and I'm not teaching you React in this course. I got a complete guide on React for that, and you need to know it because whilst we will not use the DOM elements like divs and so on, we will still build components with React. All the things you'll learn about React in my or some other React course will still be true. Lifecycle hooks, states, props, all these things still apply. The same for Redux. We will use Redux in this course, and I will only give you a very brief refresher on Redux. So you need that knowledge. You need to know React, Redux, and JavaScript if you want to succeed in this course. You don't need to be an expert, but the basics have to be there. Now, you don't need Android, Java, Swift, Objective-C, any of that. You don't need that. We are not going to write that code. We will sometimes have to dive into some Java files, but there we will always just copy some code in we get from third-party libraries. So you don't need to know these languages. Let's have a look at hardware and software. These are, of course, just the soft skills. Now, what do you need from a hardware-software perspective? Well, it depends on which operating system you are and for which platform you want to develop. So we basically have Windows, Mac OS, and we have iOS and Android apps. Now, if you want to develop an iOS app on Windows, and the same unfortunately for Linux, this will not work. Not that great at least. You can use this Expo app we used for the first app to still preview your app on that device. But just because the Expo app wraps your native app, it doesn't really install it on the device. If you want to install it on the device or see it in a simulator, unfortunately for iOS development, you need a Mac. That's a hard requirement by Apple. That's how they are, I guess. There's no way around this. You need a Mac if you want to publish iOS apps and if you really want to install them on real devices or really run them on a simulator. Only the Expo app is supported for Windows. So you can write the code, you can't really see it run except for that Expo app. Now, all the other things here work, however. You can build for Android, and for Mac OS you can build for both platforms. And this is something which you need to know. There is no way around these restrictions. These are important, but that's all you need. If you fulfill the requirements you see here, you can definitely continue. If you want to build for iOS on Windows, you can still continue to learn everything. But ultimately, if you want to release the app, you need a Mac, or at least Mac OS, wherever that runs. So these are the course requirements.